Amen.
Hello everyone, my name is Rainey. Welcome to another Hearse Boys original segment. Today we are doing a 1 month later on the phenomenon known as Fall Guys. There are very few titles of this nature that I enjoy, and there are even fewer that I've reviewed on this channel. None, actually. Fall Guys, as I said, is kind of a phenomenon right now, and this is just me throwing my 2 cents on the issue. See, Fall Guys, for lack of a better word, fell into our laps on August 4th with no trailers, no build-up, no hype of any kind that I was aware of. But now that it's here, I should probably tell you why this has never happened before on this channel and why it'll probably never happen again. So anyway, without further ado, without further ado, this is Fall Guys, 1 month later. This is a bit weird, because I don't usually play games like this, so I don't really review games like this. For those of you that don't know, I fucking hate online multiplayer. I hate it. Not only are they usually a money pit, but they provide no substance in places that I usually look for it. When there's a story, it's led by a piss-poor campaign a la Battlefront 2, Black Ops 3, or Street Fighter 5. But Fall Guys, like this review, is different. So right off the bat, there are a few categories that don't apply. There won't be a runtime section because there's no story here, so there also won't be a story section. The basic premise is that you're a contestant on a game show split up into seasons, and every round is another episode. It's pretty simple, so I'm not going to dedicate 2 whole sections to it. And we've already covered the intro, and now context, so on to... So again, as I stated before, and I'm probably going to beat this into the ground this entire review, but these are not my kind of game. Based on the history of this channel, you could even tell that I don't go for these kinds of titles, okay? I'm a narrative guy, I like a story, I like a single-player campaign, okay? Online multiplayer titles just don't give me what I look for in a video game. I need something to keep me engaged. The game needs to give me a reason to keep playing it beyond the points or prestige or whatever else. It needs to do something for me narratively. By all intents and purposes, Fall Guys has almost nothing for me on the surface. So how the hell is it that I like this so much? Well, because it's actually fun. Booting the game up takes a little while with all the logos and loading screens, but once there, it's pretty much all spelled out for you in the simplest, most user-friendly interface I think I've ever seen on an online multiplayer game. The simplicity of my first experience is honestly the main reason I kept coming back to it, and it's honestly one of the best first impressions I've ever experienced. And that's saying a lot, because this storyless, online, battle royale, single elimination stuff isn't exactly a genre I care too much for, but upon playing the game for the first time, I immediately thought, yeah, I could see myself getting at least, a couple rounds in a day, maybe go up 1 level a day, and that's exactly what I've been doing since, and I think it has a lot to do with this game's demographic. Okay, so I don't like multiplayer titles for a lot of reasons, but 2 of the main reasons I hate them is the unbridgeable skill gaps and incredibly high ceilings. Some games start out as party games and then develop extremely dedicated communities that explore and cultivate a scene around its competitive aspects. Some games are meant for esports the second they arrive on the scene, and very few games teeter the line between the 2 the way Fall Guys does, because Fall Guys has managed to find a perfect balance between tech and luck. A lot of so-called party games or, games that are advertised as such start out that way, but before long, it becomes impossible to have fun unless you're... A lot of online multiplayer games that are packaged or advertised or meant to be party games start out that way, but before long it becomes impossible to have fun because unless everybody is a total novice or a seasoned pro, somebody is always going to feel slighted in that experience. Fall Guys' formula doesn't allow for this at all, and it's carved out its own lane in the casual gaming experience like no game before it. The learning curve is basically non-existent. The skill ceiling is low even at the highest levels of play. This game is literally for any and everyone. So Fall Guys excels at simplicity. I won't spend too much time on graphics because the cutesy, colorful cell shading and vibrant textures kind of sell themselves. Kids will see the cute characters, the the colors, and they'll hear the music, and they'll be totally enamored by the whole thing. Kind of like my sons were when I first booted the game up. They thought it was like some kid's cartoon. Adults will appreciate the attention to detail and the artistry that went into creating the world of Fall Guys and the stages and everything. I'm playing on PS4, so the entire game is the 2 sticks, left for running and right for camera as per usual, and 3 buttons. X to jump, square to dive, and R2 to grab. There are optional gestures mapped to the D-pad, and you can toggle other people's online IDs with L2, which can come in handy when you're chasing a particular person for a golden egg or their tail, but where the controls are super simple and easy to get the hang of after a single playthrough, the different stages are honestly really diverse and super fleshed out. Except for maybe a few of them, but this might be a personal gripe that I have, so I don't know, let me know if you guys agree in the comments. Despite the diversity in most stages, this is probably where I and some of my friends actually have the most problems. I feel like Hit Parade, Gate Crash, and DoorDash start to feel samey after a while, along with Jump Club and Jump Showdown. And Seesaw is way too goddamn long. And Perfect Match is like, just kind of boring. These are mostly my personal gripes, so yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Again, let me know in the comments. I also kind of wish there was a quick quit option that you could turn on or off in the options menu so that I wouldn't have to race against time to opt out of spectating in the half-second window they give me after losing. Nobody wants to spectate, okay? I feel like that's the biggest slap in the fucking face. I don't give a fuck how well Big Dick Billy 666 is doing, okay? Once I lost, get me the fuck out of there, bro, okay? I want to go to the next game. I don't care, okay? I don't know none of these people. Also, maybe this is just me again, but I feel like the rewards beyond level 28 do not match the grind that it takes to progress beyond that point. Unless you're basically winning every single crown, progression is largely slowed by this point. In its current state, the level cap is 40, and I'm at 30. And it honestly feels like it took longer to get from 28 to 30 than it did to get from 1 to 27. And if the grind is going to be like that beyond a certain point, make the rewards cooler and more worth the effort. Also, locking a trophy behind a paywall is always tacky, but I guess that comes with the territory of the whole online thing. I don't know. One common frustration, however, is how the team stuff completely ruins momentum. 99% of the time, I found myself either doing absolutely nothing during team stuff or doing literally all of the work. I say we make the team stuff its own category or something you can toggle between matches, because aside from my many other gripes, this is probably the most annoying thing about an otherwise really, really great experience. Okay, look, I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't like online multiplayer games, okay? So if I'm telling you that I enjoyed this shit, that's saying something, alright? That means that there's something in it for you, okay? Literally none of my top 5 are in this category because they have a very limited lifespan. You're only as good or as relevant as the newest version of yourself, and I don't want to become trapped in a money pit and constantly have to update for the sake of staying competitively viable. 2K and Call of Duty especially have this problem, and I feel like Madden and FIFA are probably guilty of this too, but I've never touched those titles in my life. I know better. Its casual approach, blended perfectly with just enough competitive flair, has made it so that Fall Guys is in a lane all its own. It doesn't hang next year's new version out in front of you like a carrot on a stick, but maybe it's too early to tell. It has only been a month after all. Either way, this game honestly has something for everyone, and I highly recommend it for people looking for something quick, fun, and casual. Like, that's another thing this game is really good at. You can literally hop in for no longer than 10 minutes. Like, if you have 10 minutes before work, you could probably get maybe 1 or 2 rounds of Fall Guys in, depending on how quickly you get bodied. It ends up playing like the exact opposite of what a lot of party games end up being. I got it for free on PSN as the monthly free game that they give me because of my subscription, but I believe it's $20 on PSN, and it might be even cheaper on Steam, I don't know. But yeah, this game is definitely worth picking up, so if you're on either of those platforms, I highly recommend you get this game. Hop on, have fun, and don't fall. My name is Rainey. Once again, this has been another Hearse Boys original segment, and I will see you guys next time.